Sorry, I screwed up here. Welcome to Bathurst for the RGC semifinal server. It's demi-final in the video title here, but Demi. I guess Demi works as well. I'm rolling solo today, so a little disappointing in that regard. I will know some of the drivers pretty well. I will know some of the drivers not at all well. Dennis Johnson here coming across the line. Looks like he's got a major improvement on his lap time. Moves from 17th to 12th. Very nice. Actually puts him ahead of... Oh, that's not Verstappen. It's Verstraeten. Interesting. Roland Send, or Sent, currently in 6th place, doing quite well in the Hyundai. This is the WTC R cars, the World Touring cars. So we got powerful brands from Audi, Honda, Alfa Romeo, Lincoln Co., Cupra in the field here. Maybe get some Volkswagens. I don't see any at the moment, but they might pop in. Looks like we do actually have a Renault, which my understanding is one of the weaker cars, so that's interesting. As we pick up Sokolov. Alexander. I was going to say, it's $10 says it's Alexander Sokolov, and it is. I don't know why I picked up on that. Is there... Maybe there might be a hockey player or a racer with that name, or maybe I commentated on him before. I don't know. Anyways, BMW M Power, hell of a name, on pole ahead of Octavian Popoff, Thomas Centennial, Zerai Garunian, William Barrera, Roland Sen, Frank von Roon, Fratisex Sklenar, Miroslav Krejci, and Marco Bazzani, our top 10. Apologies if I butcher any names. And then we have Alfonso Alexandre, Dennis Johnson, Haley, Verstraeten, RWB Rick Binnersley, Radislav Optro, Lucas Montresori, and Alexander Sokolov. So I think I can get most of those names somewhere in the ballpark of where they need to be pronounced. And we have the 1 minute here to prep up and head out for the Global Challenge, or the RGC. I forget what the I think it's just RaceRoom Global Challenge. My apologies if I am incorrect in stating that. So we got a very interesting car on the pole. I like that livery. It's a very interesting Audi livery that they got. That number 15 car there, the kind of almost camo painted and light blue. I like that. It's a very nice combo. I think it's in the 2020 livery package, I do believe, but I could be mistaken. I don't believe that there's any difference in the cars, because I know in real life there's no difference, so presumably they're just liveries. But I was looking at the package and it was quite expensive, so there is that. So BMW M Power will lead us from pole. Not in a BMW. Someone might have jumped the start there. I saw a car inching forward as if they got off the clutch a little too soon. But anyways, we head down to the first corner, Hell Corner, and the lead I think is going to go to Popoff there. Or nope, pardon me, Popoff is the Alpha. I was thinking Popoff was the Audi. My mistake. And in fact, Popoff is actually slipping behind the gun runner, Zerai Garunian, who is up to second position. Popoff third in the Alfa Romeo, and then it is Centeno, Van Roon, Barrera, Krejci, Bazzani, and Alexander. Pardon me, Krejci dropping back to 10th, so it looks like he may have overheated it on the way up the hill. And we make our way up the hill for the first time, heading on this tremendous mountain section, which is very hard to overtake, but very easy to wreck, very easy to make a mistake, tremendously challenging as we ride on board with Thomas Centeno in the Hyundai, trailing Roland Sand in the other Hyundai. Battle for Hyundai supremacy. And we now head down to the Skyline section. This is absolutely a terrifying section of the track. Not one you're going to see a lot of overtakes, but it is one that you will see mistakes and other related issues. head into Forest Elbow, which marks the end of the mountain section, and onto the Conrod Straight on the way to the chase. I think everyone knows the Bathurst turns pretty well. This is a track that is, it's Mount Rushmore of everything. Centeno trying to make the move here, but he's gonna have the inside line to send there, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to make this happen. We'll see. Maybe, because you get the inside line on the second part. Somebody going off there. That is the Gunrunner, I think, and he loses second place to Octavian Popoff. Don't know if Popoff shoved him off, or if we didn't pick up, or if that was just a mistake that we didn't pick up. And Centeno was held off by Sen, so Sen retains fourth place against Centeno or Kenteno. Van Room, Berea, Alexandre, Bazzani, Krejci, still the top 10. Not really much changes there, although further back, Rick Binnersley is battling with Montresor over 15th place. Well, we got the DHL colors in the back there for Van Room. Not surprising. It's those colors, of course, long associated with Tom Coronel in World Touring Cars. And Van Room and Coronel are from the same country, but judging by the flag, both Dutchmen. So further back, that is Centeno. Still trying to find a way around. There's not really a place I would say that he's going to make an overtake here. But you could put the pressure on, I suppose, and try and force a mistake. But I think realistically, he's probably better off following Sen for a little bit. Get some separation from the guys behind. At the very least, make it... Oh, never mind. He got very out of shape there. It's actually Van Roon who makes the overtake instead. Through, I think that was Mafilmi Park. I'm never super strong on the names of the top hill turns, so I apologize if I misidentify any of those. I really should, actually. Once we get a moment here where we're not focusing on something terribly closely, I will pull up a track map to have that as reference as I roll this commentary through, as this is going to be a drier, less humorous look at the race without my usual partner, Byron Dirksen, my partner in crime. Centeno is shaking quite badly, so that may suggest an internet connection issue. And I sincerely doubt that he is actually making the car do that intentionally. So most likely the limitations of the world's internet coming into play here for Thomas Centeno, who looks to the inside, but I don't think that it's not Coronel's car that he's running. Interesting. So instead of the Tom Coronel one, it's the Aurelian Panis Cupra. Interesting. I would have thought Coronel for sure. All right, I'm going to pull up a track map here real quick. Although side by side between Sokolov and I'm not sure who that is in the Audi. Could be Kerry Arnaud. Yeah, it is Kerry Arnaud. ESR zone, and makes the move there for 17th place. I actually did not see Arnaud on the grid. Oh no! One of the Goopers, Radislav Optral off the track there, and he'll drift to the back of the pack, obviously. At the front, it's now almost a second. Actually, over a second for BMW M-Power, leading from Popoff and Grunning. I suppose I should say that there is no BMW option here, so that's probably why BMW M-Power is not driving a BMW. That being said, one would think he would have gone something different than the arch nemesis of BMW that is Audi. I would have thought he would have gone, I don't know. Not really sure where he would have. I guess all the German options are kind of rivals of BMW, so that doesn't really work. Technically, the Hondas are developed in Germany, so I would have gone with that route, probably. But there we go. As I look for a good track map here. Now, I will say that every track map I've ever looked up, there's always this disagreement about the Quarry Bend and Griffin's Mount turns as to which one is which. I've never managed, honestly, to figure out what the deal with that is. I'm assuming Quarry is the turn off of the mountain straight that heads up the hill, and Griffin's Mountain is later on after the cutting. But if I'm incorrect on that, please let me know. Frenesek Sklenar running in 13th place behind Verstraeten. And that's Binnersley in the background there, who is looking to get through. Really wish Rick Binnersley did not have Rick Binnersley as his last name, instead had the Rick as the first name. It just would take up so much less room on the side display there. It'd be much easier to figure him out, but he runs in 14th place. I know he's a top quality driver from the RWB community. Rwb Charger has done co-commentary with me and has hyped him up considerably. Octavian Popoff looking to make a move for the lead. So the top three are very close together again. BMW M Power had established a 1 second lead. That is down to about a half second now. Maybe a mistake, or maybe just Popoff and Garunian finding a little bit of extra pursuit. Not sure. Sen, Van Roon, Centeno, Barrera, Alessandre, Bazzani, Krejci still your top 10. That's been fairly stable this whole time. So, there we go. And I believe I was correct in saying that was Mephilimie Park. That was the turn we saw the overtake in before. There's also Sulman Park and Reed Park at the top of the hill. The three parks. Thomas Centeno looking through the S's here. The downhill S section heading into Forest Elbow and the Dipper. As Miroslav Krejci has been in 10th place pretty much this whole time, but has been under pressure. I did say it was a stable top 10, but it has not been an uncontested one. Dennis Johnson's still right on the tail there, and not too far behind is Verstraeten in the Honda. So Krejci will have to earn that one, as will Bazzani, I think. We have 21 minutes to go. We're approaching 1/3 race distance, and everything is still very much up for grabs. Lucas Montresor in the Cupra, the Zengo Motorsports liveried car, tried to make an overtake there on Rick Binnersley, but it has failed. Binnersley taking it back as Montresor has overcooked it into the chase. Chase is such a deceptively difficult turn. Here we go. So Popoff is going for the lead and seems to have a very much more powerful burst from that Alfa Romeo. It's like the Audi maybe doesn't have... Oh, boy! Contact. I think that was a bit of a silly move by BMW M Power, but he does maintain control of the car, and Popoff has the lead. I think that was just trying to get that position back, and there wasn't really an alternate universe where that was going to happen, I'm afraid. And the gun runner close behind was... I'm holding my fingers very close together, but he was this close to possibly taking the lead there, had the two taken each other out. Minor touch up there on the wall at Mephilimie. Yep, that's Mephilimie Park. And then into the Skyline section and the S's. As we see the Alfa Romeo leading the way now from the Audi and the Lincoln Co. Oh boy! Shoving Popoff down the hill. He'll be looking to make a move probably at the chase, I would think, very shortly here. That being said, the way that Alfa Romeo left him in the dust on the mountain straight should translate to the Conrad straight, you would think. But maybe the draft is just that powerful. Here comes the Audi. Alfa Romeo looking to make it stick around the outside, but he will get the inside in the second part of the chase. And I think he's going to hold this. But we'll see. Yep. I'm going to say that second part is just so key. I think that BMW M Power went for it too early. He tried to make the overtake happen on the first portion of the chase. You really need to do it on the second portion, which means you should set up for the outside on the first portion. That will turn into the inside. And you got yourself a run. One of the Cupras going kind of slowly there. Dropping back. Could be a lapped car. Maybe. Also could have been Van Roon, but I don't see who it could have been actually. Unless there's another DHL liveried car that I'm just unaware of. But we pick up the leaders on the way through the mountain straight and into Quarry. Also, if you hear my stomach rumble, I apologize. It's begging me for food, and I am going for food right after I get this done. Here on a Sunday, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to those who are celebrating. I personally do not have any children, so kind of just a normal day for me because me and my dad have a, let's call it a really unique relationship that does not really require a tremendous amount of Father's Day celebration. Popoff continues to lead here from BMW M-Power and Garuni, and I think it's pretty safe to say one of these three probably are going to be bringing it home for a victory here today. Sen still in fourth place ahead of Centeno, who's gotten back past Van Roon. And then Alexandre Barrera, Bazzani, and Krejci relatively in the same order, so some slight changes. Van Roon dropping to sixth place, and also I think Alexandre got past Barrera for seventh. So some changes. People are pretty close together. I think we'll see some shuffling around still, but it does look like this is kind of the group. Although Johnson, Verstraeten, Skrellar, and Binnersley are all pretty close as well. There is a little bit of a drop back to Montresor, Sokolov, Arno, and I have honestly no idea how to say that. Obrtal? Obtrel? I don't know. I'm sorry. I've got nothing for that pronunciation. As they head through Murray Corner to the start-finish straight. And once again, going defensive is Popoff, who will retain the lead through Hell Corner. And head on to the mountain straight. Flashing of the headlights there from Popoff. Not sure what's going on there. He's got to have that. Maybe he's got that a button assignment problem there. I do recall Ishmael Montoya some time ago. This was way back, early days of ESR commentary. Had a problem where he had banked it. He had marked his push to talk and his flasher to the same button. As a result, every time he was pushing to talk, he was flashing his headlights, and we made fun of him non-stop on the commentary. Verstraeten has fallen to the back. I kind of wish we had seen what happened there, because I suspect there's a Honda in the wall somewhere, and we haven't seen what happened. And that would have been probably a fairly big one, because he was in 12th place and doing quite well, in my opinion. Heading downhill once again. It is still Popoff leading the way. And here's this group. Alexandre has pulled this in, so the Renault driver is fully in the hunt now for fourth place there. It is 4th through 7th running in a pack, and 1st through 3rd running in a pack. And there's a little bit of a drop back to Barrera, who is the loneliest man on the track right now. 1.3 seconds behind that battle for 4th place, and then about 3.5 seconds ahead of Bazzani. Lovely camera work here along the Conrad straight here into the chase. Getting to enjoy the Australian scenery. And the Alfa Romeo retains the lead still. BMW M-Power wants to find a way around, but he's doesn't seem to have a great opportunity yet. Frank Van Roon fighting side by side with Alexandre into the Murray corner, and I'm not going to say shoved him off there, but he definitely held his ground in a manner that made that very difficult for the two of them to actually get through that corner together. I'd be a little bit perturbed if I were the Renault driver Alexandre, who rejoins but loses a spot to Barrera, and is now back down to 8th place. Oh boy, I'm wondering how much of that is ping. But Popoff and Power getting very into it there. And that is going to give the lead to BMW M-Power. But I I would think that that might be some level of a stewarding inquiry on that one. That was kind of a move into like a lane change violation there by one of them. I'm not honestly sure whom, but it may also have just been a ping problem. But for the time being, it is put Octavian Popoff into second place behind BMW M Power. Could have been much, much worse. As they head downhill once again. Slight delay there. Hopefully Martin can get that in the editing. I had just a slight hiccup on the playback on the replay. Not sure entirely what happened, but hopefully he can just eliminate that little bit of silent audio around the 13 minutes remaining mark. And Power is now stretching out his lead a little bit there to 0.6 of a second. We did see earlier that he ran away fairly convincingly for a little bit, and then it fell back as he gets a slow down penalty for some pretty hefty and kind of unneeded track limit abuse at the chase. So I'm a little puzzled by that. But that tightens things right back up. So we pick up Franisek Skrelinar. Or Sklinar? I'm not sure how to say that name. I apologize. But he is battling with Rick Binnersley over 12th position. Back to the lead battle. Popoff. Looking for a way around. Interesting crossover there. I'm surprised that BMW M Power left that open, to be honest. Really, realistically, through this section here, if you want to force a guy to go around the outside, you absolutely can. As Garunian gets into the back of Popoff, but it looked like there was some weird ping going on there. I don't know. I'm not sure what the stewarding... okay, Garunian giving that spot back. So I think that's a very gentlemanly display by the Ukrainian driver, who got into the back of Popoff there, but has given the spot back. In fact, falling quite a ways back in the process. Straight line of Skyline there from BMW M Power, but as long as he doesn't get a drive-through penalty or a significant slowdown, I don't think that's a problem. You can generally slow down a fair bit there through the straight lining of that chicane. And we do have this battle going on. Dennis Johnson's up to 9th place. Interesting. So Bazzani and Krejci have both fallen to him. Possibly they got into it and he took advantage. I'm not sure what happened there. But Johnson to 9th, ahead of Bazzani and Krejci now. Back at the front, Popoff wants another shot. And BMW M Power, who has once again seen a reasonably decent lead vanish in the space of less than a lap. We did see the overtake happen before. Carrier, no, looking to move up against Sokolov. This battle's been going on pretty much the whole time. And Sokolov losing out on this particular exchange. Some serious lag going on there with Centeno. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you have to race against that kind of thing. As Octavian Popoff setting up on the outside again. I don't think there's really anything here. And really all Power has to do for this entire uphill section is just focus on the road ahead, make sure not make any mistakes. Does make a mistake. And just as I'm saying that, Popoff is trying to rub him raw. Side by side. The inside is going to Power, though. But Popoff is not giving up. He is sticking in there as they head into the parks. But the Audi emerges ahead of the Alfa Romeo once again. So Popoff still second. BMW M-Power still first. Frank Van Roon was looking at it there into the dipper, but didn't quite make anything happen. Battle for fourth place that's been pretty much going on this whole time. Alexandre was with them for a while, but then fell back. He's overtaken Barrera again, back into seventh, but about about 4 seconds behind this group. So not important to their current battles. And we probably only have about 3 or 4 laps to go here. Probably 4 laps to go here. This is a 2-minute 15 lap, more or less. So with 7.5 to go, we will not see a tremendously large number of laps here today. If they get 15 laps in total, it's been a very good day. Back to the front, Octavian Popoff looking to make the move again. It's nice to see this one battle. The RGC races I've done have kind of had a sort of best driver, as it were. To use an ESR example, a Mike Stopmill, which can lead to somewhat predictability at the front, but this one's not had that. There's been a really good battle going on. Dennis Johnson fighting with that's Barrera in the Audi DHL car. Of course, 2 different DHL liveries. They've done Audi and Cupra, so it's always going to be a little bit of a challenge to remember that one. So Johnson probably stuck behind him here for a bit, but he can probably set up for a possible overtake towards the chase. No! That is not Frank Van Room. That is not Dennis Johnson. That is the Renault of Alexandre spinning out and falling back through the field. I am not sure what happened there. Looks like he got something wrong because if I recall correctly, he wasn't really battling anyone. He was quite a ways ahead of that battle between Barrera and Johnson, and quite a ways behind the battle between Sen, Van Roon, and Centeno. By the way, Van Roon back up into 5th place. So I imagine that was just a mistake through the park section there, and it bites another one. It's a very tough, very technical section. Verstraeten is way behind, so I imagine he's got hefty damage. I know a pit stop isn't required, and a pit stop is kind of tapping out, but I'm a little surprised he maybe hasn't elected to pit, because he's losing, like, just as I'm talking here, he's lost about 0.8 of a second. There's another 0.5 there. So he is falling back quite quickly. There's definitely something wrong with his car, and I think he might be better off just honestly putting it in the pits and getting it fixed up, and just using this as basically a practice session. But he soldiers on with the damaged car, as Rick Binnersley appears to have overtaken Montresor. Not really sure how those two are fighting, because last I checked, Montresor was quite a ways away from Binnersley, but I guess he is with him now. So Johnson did not get the job done in the chase. Now he's got the mountain straight, and maybe he can look at it here at Quarry. I don't think so. I just think it's going around the outside of Quarry is going to be more than difficult, and we'll see how that goes. I suppose someone can prove me wrong. It can always happen. So we pick up the other DHL liveried car, the Cupra version of the DHL livery. Frank Van Roon, who is under pressure. And there is Montresor, who we were talking about just a little second ago, on the tail of Binnersley, as well as, it's not Binnersley anymore. Binnersley's overtaken Skrelnar. I'm sorry. 3 consonants in a row is always a bit of a challenge for me, and I'm just not really grasping how to give you that SKL sound. But apologies. Frank Van Room still in the Hyundai sandwich, or I guess it would technically be a Cupra sandwich with Hyundai bread. This is really making me wish Hero Burger wasn't closed today, because I could go over there and grab myself a nice big burger. Ronald Sen getting sent on by Frank Van Roon. 4th place for the Cupra. Very nice move. That's how you do it in the chase. And he goes defensive into Murray corner. Sen is vulnerable to Centaur, or Centeno, pardon me. But nothing coming of it from the Argentinian driver right now. Probably 2 laps to go around this Mount Panorama Bathurst circuit. BMW M Power has stretched his lead to 1.3 seconds over Octavian Popov. But we have plenty of battles. A good fight for 4th place that you can see on your screen right now. Barrera and Johnson are fighting over 7th place. And then there's the fight between Bazzani and Krejci over 9th. And of course, a hell of a battle going on for 11th place, currently held by Rick Binnersley. Kerry Arnaud trying to go around the outside there. It is not working at the moment, but he's had a late charge here, getting past Montresor. And it's a little forceful. I'm not really sure how the stewards will look at that. But Arnaud to 12th. Overtaking Skrelnar. I do know that Kerry Arnaud does have some internet issues. I believe he's on satellite internet, if I recall correctly. And that, generally speaking, could be a bit of a problem as Montresor and Sokolov go side by side in the background. Doesn't appear to really come to much. Sklenner. I'm going to go with Sklenner as the name for Frentisek there. But for next 35 minutes, that's his name. Thomas Centeno all over the back of Van Roon. Now, interestingly, we are missing Roland Sen. I see him in the background there, but he's been sent quite a ways back, losing out not only to Centeno, but even further. That is the first Straighten, I believe, falling down a lap. You can see the damage to the car. Also, Alexandre has, of course, fallen to the back of the pack. So I guess you could argue him staying out of the pits has allowed him to take a spot over Alexandre, and that was the right call. But that being said, he is over a minute ahead, so one could argue he probably would have gotten that spot anyways. As we are on the final lap now here of race 1 at Bathurst, we will have a second race coming your way that I believe has a reverse grid of the top 10. That could just be me thinking about that fact that it's almost always a top 10 reverse grid, but it's like a 12 or something. We'll find out. For Straighten getting out of the way, and Miroslav Krejci picking up a spot there with the blue flag moment there, getting past Bazzani, but it looked like he overcooked it into Quarry, and indeed, Bazzani moves back into 9th place. So Centeno, it's now or never for the Hyundai driver. His option is going to be the chase. That's going to be the primo opportunity he has left. Could also look for it at the Dipper. Could also look for it at Murray Corner. So there's a couple of secondary options. But assuming Van Roon does not make a mistake in the downhill section here, I think the showdown is at the chase. That is, I think, what this is going to come down to. All right, here we go. BMW Power leading by over 2 seconds. Garanian's also quite a ways behind Popov, so the podium looks settled. Sklenner in 13th place. Still looking to get back past Kerry Arnaud and Rick Binnersley. And here we go. This is the chase, and Centeno is not close enough to really make anything happen there. So Van Roon saving it for the right time, coming up with the big moves at the end, and he'll pick up a 4th place as a result. Kerry Arnaud, last chance. Well, not last chance. He's still got Murray Corner, but That was probably his best chance there at the chase. We'll see what he can do here with Murray Corner, though. Defensive line from Binnersley. And they do get a little bit physical through Murray Corner, but I think Binnersley will hang on to 11th place. So it is BMW M-Power from Octavian Popov, Sarai Grunion, Frank Van Roon, Thomas Centeno, Roland Sen. I didn't see what the W stands for Berea. My apologies, but 7th place, Dennis Johnson, Marco Bazzani, Miroslav Krejci, then Rick Binnersley, Kerry Arnaud, František Sklenar, Lucas Montresi, Alexander Sokolov, Radislav Opertal, I think that was his name, Jaylee Verstraeten, and Alexandre. Picked up a 90-second penalty and also retired, so maybe a speeding in the pit lane issue for the Renault driver. Head to race number 2 here. Getting a little lovely look at one of the Phoenix Audis on the screen right now, as well as the PlayStation BMW M6, which I do very much like that livery. It's very, very nice. It's a shame that the M6 is such a, we'll call it underwhelming car, because it is very fun. Not very fun. It's got a lot of very interesting livery deals, as it looks like we're having some technical issues with the spectator here. Please hang on with us for a moment here. I'm sure we get back in. And yeah, the M6 is a little bit of a disappointing GT3 car, but one that does have a lot of lovely liveries in RaceRoom and just in general. It's a car that seems to suit a lot of different color combinations and patterns as the grid starts to form up here. And we'll find out what the reverse grid is. So it looks like we got a Hyundai on pole. Or is that the outside row? I think that's the outside row, actually. So I think the pole sitter is actually yet to appear. Missing a bunch of cars here, which is a little bit of a problem. It's apparently Bazzani on pole. And we are off, but we are missing a number of cars. I wonder if this is related strictly to the issue of the spectator, because I think a couple of cars appeared there, but it does look like we lost BMW M Power, so the double win not possible for him, as it looks like he's in the pit lane. Also very far back is Miroslav Krejci, so might have been a problem with both of them. But anyways, Bazzani leads from Sarai Grunion. Grunion with a fantastic start that makes me wonder, did he jump it? Because he finished 3rd in race 1, which I think means he started 8th in race 2. And he's up to 2nd place. That's an insane start if remotely legal. William Barrera in 3rd place. Bazzani, Sen, Johnson, Popov, Van Roon, Binnersley, Obertrell, and Arnaud, your top 10 at the moment. And of course, it looks like we have no Krejci and no BMW M Power. Marco Bazzani in the Hyundai leads the way. Race 1 went to the Audi. Race 2 might go to the Hyundai. But Audi is also in the hunt here because you got Barrera in 3rd place, as well as Dennis Johnson in 5th, so 2 in the top 5. Even if they can't take a double with BMW M Power, a double win is still on the cards here. The pace was very, very close in race 1. So this is a very wide open field. Although, Smart Money might be on the gun runner as he goes for the lead here at the chase. And I think he's got that. He'll have the inside line into Murray. But it might be Barrera who gets in on this act. Running late breaks into Murray corner and does have the lead. Good work. Left a decent amount of room there. I'd be... I mean, I don't know. You never know when you put yourself in the car. You might not feel remotely good about that kind of overtake. But I think from the outside looking in, looked pretty decent. Roland Sen and second place finisher in race 1, Octavian Popoff, are now battling over 4th place. Dennis Johnson's fallen back to 8th. Not sure what happened there. Might have got a train run on him. And they look to pressure Roland Sen, who is in 4th place once again. Spent most of race 1 battling for that before eventually falling back to 6th place. Oh boy! Popoff is in the wall. Collects a Hyundai. I think he collected Dennis Johnson. Oh no, carnage! Johnson, I think, backed up into the flow of traffic. Alfonso Alessandre is again heavily damaged. And RWB, Rick Bittersley, finds himself in 4th place suddenly. One of the Alphas really lagging there. Dennis Johnson with no front end. Oh boy. This is... Oh no, another Alpha is off, and Alessandre collects them. I'm not sure who that was. I think Kerry Arnaud? I think it was Kerry Arnaud. And we have a ton of damage now. And the guys who escaped that without damage are going to be looking very happily at the gaps growing, because we now have Grunion leading from Barrera, Van Roon, Binnersley, Centeno, Uptrall, Bazzani. Bazzani came out bad on that. He was leading and is now back in 7th place and 8th place now, losing out to Montresor. So he's got damage, I imagine. Sokolov 9th, Schlenner in 10th, and then Sen overtaking Verstraeten. So Verstraeten probably also damaged. Or maybe not. It looks like he's keeping up okay. So Verstraeten may have just been overtaken. But Arnaud, Johnson, Alessandre, and Popoff appear to have taken significant damage in that whole accident, and it could have been much worse. Yeah, Sokolov appears to be actually okay. Battle for DHL supremacy. The Audi of the Cooper of Van Roon and the Cooper of Van Roon and the Audi of Barrera. Flash there to the pit lane. I'm not sure if anyone has joined Krejci and BMW M Power out of this race. Bazzani and Popoff appear to be quite slowly moving, and Alessandre's car does not look happy at all. Frank Van Roon, 4th place in race 1. Looks like he might be able to go a little bit better this time as he's battling for 2nd place. And Barrera finished quite a ways behind him in race 1. Oh, overheats it a little bit. Careful, careful, careful. The downhill section will murder you if you're not careful. Bathurst is definitely a track that, I was talking about it earlier, it's trying to murder you, and it's very much a Mount Rushmore of difficult tracks to drive. As we pick up Kerry Arnaud and Dennis Johnson battling Johnson with no front end, but Arnaud's car doesn't appear to be handling all that much better, if we're being completely honest. Thomas Centeno also escaped fairly well here in 5th place. He is up behind Rick Binnersley. So with M Power out of the race and Popoff's race highly, oh, Centeno's gonna pit. Interesting. I would have thought he'd stay out. That car doesn't look particularly damaged. He was in 5th place. Did he mess up his fuel load? I don't know. That's a very strange move. There are a number of cars I could see pitting. Looking at Popoff, Bazzani, Chandre, Johnson, possibly Kerry Arnault. Like anyone from 13th down for sure. But the fact that Centeno's in the pits takes me very much by surprise. I was saying I wasn't really expecting anyone to run away with it based on the first race and how close it was, but Garunian is powering away now to the tune of 3.8 seconds out in front. All because of that massive carnage, taking out the likes of BMW M Power, who, well, BMW M Power didn't start the race, but he, the race winner and the second place man are not going to score well here, so this will be interesting. There is Thomas Centeno, who has rejoined in 10th place. So he didn't take a lot of... oh, no! Hyundai in the wall. That is Sklenner, who is off and out. Well, probably not out, but... No, he is out. He's pulled the pin. He's done. Looks like maybe Popoff's also done. So we might be down to 14 cars here after a couple of accidents on the mountain. So the demise of one Audi is the good, or of one Hyundai is the good fortune of the other one. Thomas Centeno now looking to try to take on Roland Shen. Those two and Frank Van Roon went at it hard in race 1 with Van Roon coming out on top. We'll see if Centeno can get back past Sen here, who appears to have a little bit of damage on his front end, as does the Russian-run Honda of Sokolov up ahead. As Montresor has kind of cut his way through all of them, so it looks like Montresor's car reasonably healthy. It's picked off a couple of gimps and is up to 6th place. Oh, well, I take that back. That car is not healthy at all. That physically looks the most damage of the 3, actually. As Sokolov might be losing a spot here. Alfonso Alexandre picking up a slow down penalty. He's had a rough day. Actually, he's up to 12th place, though, so on for a decent finish. As Sen overtakes Sokolov, and I think it will only be a matter of time before Thomas Centeno does the same. Still don't know why he pitted. He was not in there very long, so it couldn't have been a damage thing. Wonder if he just miscalculated his fuel. As Zarai Garunian picks up a track cutting slowdown penalty. Come on, man, you're 4.5 seconds up ahead. Keep it legal. Keep it clean. That is Montresor straight lining the downhill chicane there. And somebody in the wall. Hyundai in the wall there. Let's see who's dropping. Not seeing anybody. Oh no, is it Rick Binnersley? Because Binnersley did just drop a spot. Looks like he's moving again, so I don't think it was him. I think that would have been more difficult to handle, as Centeno does get past Sokolov, who is definitely struggling with that damaged Honda. But on pace for a possible top 10 still. Roland Sen down the inside of Lucas Montresor. Montresor hanging on. That Cupra that Montresor's driving looks very damaged. I would be like, I feel like that kind of damage in real life would be a dead engine, but apparently not in this game. And Sen is looking for a move. Into Corey, maybe, but he is looking for that outside move, which we've seen a lot of people go for. And I don't think anyone's pulled it off. So we'll find out. And in fact, it's actually going to be Thomas Centeno looking to make the move. Although Sen does hang on for now. Inside here into Griffin's Mount. Or Roost, is it? Griffin's Mount? It is Griffin's Mount. I'm right. Cool. And then into the parks we go. Centeno's still being held up, but definitely seems to have the healthiest car of the bunch here. Montresor hanging on to 6th place ahead of Centeno, and Sokolov running well out in front. 5.5 seconds now. And it's Van Roon, who has got a little bit of separation now from William Barrera. And then Obertal, Binnersley, Montresor, and then this group here headed, or pardon me, this group here headed by Montresor. For Straighten in the top 10 now, followed by Arnaud, Alexandre, Johnson, and then it is a lap back to Marco Bazzani. And Sklenner is also quite a ways behind. I think Sklenner might be out of the race, actually. Judging by how that gap is growing. I think he's probably in the pit lane. And we'll see him go down a full lap to Bazzani in about a minute's time. Approaching half distance. And a lot of the field has been compromised. But I'm not even sure if there are 10 cars out there that are driving undamaged, actually. I know Garunian was not involved in the carnage. I think Van Roon and Barrera are also fine. I think Oberchal is fine as well. Centeno pitted, but it didn't seem to be for damage, so he seems to be good as well. But I don't think anyone else is. You can see the damage on Montresor as well as Sokolov and Sen there. And then I feel like we saw Binnersley take a hit in the wall, but he might be the other one that is maybe okay. Around the outside again from Sen. This opened him up last time to attack from Centeno, and it's doing it again. I'm surprised he went for it. And Centeno trying to get around him. Looking in the mirror there. Nope. Roland Sen hangs on. Centeno's got to be seriously pissed off right now because he's got pace. You know, finished 5th place in race 1. So he's got pace. And he's got an intact car. If he could just get through these guys, he might be able to make a bit of a run. Down the hill once again we go. And that is a Honda in the wall. That's for Straighten. Who's having a much better race 2 than he had race 1, admittedly. Even that's not fantastic, though, as he loses his top 10 spot to Arnaud. Centeno still has not found a way around, despite having, again, a much obviously better car. Sokolov falling a little bit on the back end of this now. Roland Sen looking to the inside. Or maybe just defending, I'm not sure. But nothing comes of it either way. No real attack from Centeno incoming, and no real threat to Montresor ahead of him. Both the Hyundais go to the outside. Inside line for Montresor. Centeno thinks about it. We've seen a lot of interesting things here through Quarry between these three. And oh no, Sen's brushing against the wall. He can't fight back from that, can he? Centeno does take 7th place and just looks like he may have given a little bit of a bulldoze to Montresor as well. And does it finally get past both of them? So that's Centeno up in his 6th, Montresor down to 7th, and Sen down to 8th. Always will like that the Munich Motorsport livery with the all ankle sponsorship for Sokolov. Somewhat of a legendary team in various forms of motorsport, rallycross and World Tour cars in particular. René Munich, a lover of motorsports. There's RWB Rick Binnersley on the tail of Obertal, who, if I recall correctly, was in the wall last race. Both of them have damage, actually, so the guys running in 4th and 5th have highly compromised cars, as do the guys running in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. So, yeah, it's a rough day right now. Looks like there's only 4 intact cars right now. Garunian, Van Roon, Barrera, and Centeno. Centeno is leaving these guys for dead slowly. Honestly thought this gap would grow faster than it has to Montresor and Sen. Random shot there of Kerry Arnault. Not really sure why. Slight touch of the wall there from Sokolov on the dipper. But he appears to be okay. We've lost Sklenar, Popoff, Krejci, and BMW M Power. That's 2 members of Race 1's podium gone. A huge break for Zarai Garunian. Side-by-side action between Binnersley and Centeno. Centeno's car, of course, is non-damaged. Binnersley also losing, or not losing out to Obertel, but falling back from Obertel quite a bit. Meantime, in the background there, Rolandsen, pardon me, trying to find his way past Lucas Montresor for 7th place. His car is all in various states of decline at this point. All things considered, though, I must say, race 1 was very clean, and I mean, we've seen definitely things heat up here in race number 2, but at the same time, this is Bathurst. This is Mount Panorama, so I think this has been handled admirably, to be honest, with a minimum of problems. Rick Binnersley may be disagreeing right now, as his car is under attack from Lucas Montresor, as well as Roland Sen, as he appears to be handling the damage, notably with less aplomb than his rivals. Congratulations to Marco Bazzani, who appears to have unlapped himself from Dennis Johnson. I don't think it's really going to matter. He is still over 2 minutes behind. And it looks like we might have lost Verstraeten from the race. So we may be down to 13 cars. Roland Sen trying to go around the outside. Again, he's tried this a number of times, and it's not worked. And in fact, if anyone makes an overtake here, it might be Montresor on Binnersley. No. Oh, boy. Sen sent it. Contact. Montresor still shown in 7th place. Not sure what to think about that. Didn't see her from the outside. Binnersley hangs on against both of them. Centeno is not making the ground up I thought he would on Obertal. After he got past Binnersley, I thought it would be a very short period of time before he got past Obertal for 4th place, but it has not happened yet. Frank Van Roon keeping Garunian much more honest than I thought he would. Gap is only 3.5 seconds. There's a character in the in one of the audiobooks I'm listening to right now named Roland, and there's a weird accent the one of the characters who's an alien keeps putting on the name is Roland. So I'm kind of tempted to call Roland Sen that, but I don't know if he would appreciate. Somebody off there. Looks like it's Montresor, who took a trip over the grass and will lose out to Roland Sen as a result. And Sen might have got himself a 2-for-1 because it looks like he is barreled past Rick Binnersley. And now finds himself in 6th place. So finished in 6th in race 1 and looking to pick up a 6th once again. Kerry Arnaud appears to be catching up to this group. Looks like the Audi might be a little bit more intact than these guys, so they'll have to watch out as Montresor puts Binnersley down to 8th place. Oh no! Contact! Binnersley almost ricochets into Sokolov, and that could have been very dangerous. But for now, seems to have been resolved in a reasonably solid manner. And I think we can confirm that Verstraeten is out of the race, now 3 laps down to Bazzani. Alexander Sokolov has had a hell of a view this race, I must say. He's been watching battles constantly up the hill between Roland Sen and Lucas Montresor and Thomas Centeno. And now looks to go on the attack against RWB Rick Binnersley, who appears to have a very misbehaving car right now. Doesn't look visually particularly damaged, but he has been falling back for quite some time here and has not been putting up good lap times. So I think it is safe to say that there is something significantly wrong with that Hyundai. As oh my lord, somebody went hard over. Was that Binnersley? I think it was. I think that was Rick Binnersley who just completely shortcutted the chase there and loses out to Sokolov anyways. But somebody missed their brake mark. Not surprisingly, getting a slow down penalty. We'll now have to worry about the Audi of Kerry Arnaud, although Arnaud might have to worry about an internet connection because he is fading in and out of existence here. Probably another lap after this. I don't know where Garanian is, but I feel like he's going to pass the finish line before the clock hits 0. See if Kerry Arnaud can make the move there. That is not Kerry Arnaud we're looking at. That is Dennis Johnson. Who is driving a very obviously compromised car. Again, that is not Kerry Arnaud. Kerry Arnaud is sporting the Leopard livery Audi. This is the Come to You Audi. There we go. There he is, fighting with Rick Binnersley. I'd like to check in on the battle for 4th place. Centeno has caught up to Obertal and is only about a half second behind him right now, as Kerry Arnaud does get past Rick Binnersley in the chase. Binnersley definitely struggling with that car at this point. Was in 5th place not that long ago. Now in 10th. And there's Lucas Montresor, who has lost a spot to Alexander Sokolov. That is 7th place now for the All-Inkle Honda. But Montresor not done yet. Thomas Centeno also looking to get to grips with another Cupra with the Zengo black and green. And there is Dennis Johnson. Not really sure why we're checking in on him. Maybe just, checker flag is out. So this could be the end of the race. I thought we'd get another lap. And we might. I'm not sure. This is where ACC trumps race room with the checkered flags that appear beside the names when people are done. I don't know if we're still racing or if this is a cooldown lap. I assume we're still racing. This feels way faster than the AI would drive on a cooldown lap, but I could be mistaken. Marco Bazzani, who led the race for a little bit, is gonna bring home a 13th place. If this were a longer race, he might have more of a chance. Thomas Centeno versus Orbital. Centeno gets through. And the last of the healthy cars does make it into the top 4. Your race winner is going to be Zerai Garunian. Double podium for him. Frank Van Room, William Barrera will join him on that podium. Followed by, Centeno may have just lost 4th place right at the end. I have no idea what happened there, but Obertal may have pounced on that. Roland Sen in 6th place. Lucas Montresor and Alexander Sokolov come to the line. Sokolov hangs on. Arno and RWB Rick Binnersley. And then Alfonso Alessandre, who I have to feel very bad for. Both races for him, I think, were had a lot more on offer than he got. And he'll have to be content with an 11th place. But, I mean, it could be worse. You could be Verstraeten or Sklenner or Popov or Krejci, who ended up out of this race, and BMW M Power never starting the race. So that is your final results here from the RGC semi-final from Bathurst. And if you want to check out some more racing on this channel, presumably at some point tonight there will be a race, the GT4 World Tour Final. I just need to get my co-commentator Byron, and we'll handle that. But for now, that is all.